Hello students. In the first lecture of based on practicals, we had a general discussion on what do you mean by pharmaceutical chemistry practicals, what are their objectives, and which types of practicals are there which you are supposed to perform throughout the year. When we stopped, that time we were discussing about the first experiment, that is introduction to laboratory. Then second experiment is to determine the melting point of the given solid organic compound. You all know that melting point, or which is called as physical constant, is a characteristic property of any given organic compound, and this melting point is specific for specific compound. So by finding out its melting point, you will confirm, or you will come to know that the given compound is this one only, because it has got a specific melting point. So it is one of the criteria for identification of given organic compound. We will discuss it whenever we will discuss this second experiment in detail. Then third experiment is to determine the boiling point of given liquid organic compound. See, when we talk about physical constant, one of the physical constant is either melting point, which is used for solids, and boiling point, which is determined for liquids. So in the third experiment, a liquid compound will be given to you, and you have to follow a particular procedure and find out the boiling point of that given compound, so that you can come to know which compound it is, because every compound has got a characteristic melting point if it is a solid, and boiling point if it is a liquid. So it is one of the identification test also, you can say. Then for experiment number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So around these 11 experiments, experiment number 4 onwards till experiment number 13, these experiments, they are titled as to identify the given organic drug by systematic qualitative analysis. The word systematic means you have to follow a set of steps in particular order. You cannot skip any step in between and perform fifth step first and then second step in the last. Not like that. You have to follow all the steps which will be given to you or will be described to you in systemic order, one by one. That's why systematic word is used here. Then another word is qualitative analysis. When we talk about analysis of any given compound, generally 2 or 3 words you will come across. One is called qualitative analysis, another term is quantitative analysis. Sometimes semi-qualitative or semi-quantitative word is used. So what is the difference between these three? Analysis you will call qualitative whenever the quality parameters or quality aspects of that compound are checked or they are given much more importance. Say for example, you perform a test where you get a yellow color at the end of the reaction, and you interpreted that since yellow color is produced in this reaction, this is so and so, or this might be so and so, or it is an identification or confirmatory test for some certain compound. What you are doing here you are checking or testing one quality, that is color. Sometimes you check odor. During performing these tests, you will never measure or you will never weigh a compound. You will just take it roughly Though suppose it is written that take 1 ml or take 0.2 ml of so and so substance, you will take it, you will never weigh it. Sometimes the quantity cannot be weighed. So because the ultimate objective of this test is to check the quality, so here quantity is not given much importance. That's why they are called as qualitative analysis. There are certain set of practicals in analysis where quantity is more important. Say for example, whenever you carry out any given titration, during titration what you do? You weigh a particular quantity, you will dissolve it in any given substance, and then you titrate that formed solution against some standard solution, and at the end of the reaction you get a particular color or disappearance of color or something else, and where you stops. Now in this practical, you take the sample by weighing, first thing, that is quantity. Second, you observe the amount of titrant which took part in the reaction. Again it is a quantity, say 15 ml, say 20 ml, say 25 ml. After that you use these observations in calculation for finding out percentage purity. A particular formula will be given to you, you put this value in the formula and you calculate the percentage purity. Again it is a quantity. So in this type of practicals where quantity is given much more important, they are called as purely quantitative analysis. And there are certain practicals, say for example, whenever you perform a limit test, you have performed it in the first year pharmaceutical chemistry. So in limit test what you do? You observe the color change for final confirmation, or you observe the production of precipitate and compare that precipitate with a standard precipitate, and compare that color with a standard color. So quality is important. But you take 10 ml of solution, standard solution for example, you dilute it up to 25 ml. See here, quantity is also important. You cannot dilute more. If you dilute more, then the color will be lighter and you cannot make a proper comparison if one solution is diluted more and another is not diluted similarly. So quantity is more important here. So it's a mix of quantity plus quality. That's why we call it as it is semi-quantitative or semi-qualitative type of practicals. So identification of given organic compound is one of the major practical of your syllabus, which will come as a major experiment in your annual examination also. So you will be given one drug whose name will not be disclosed to you. You have to carry out a given set of reactions or tests. You have to perform physical, chemical properties test, and then come to a conclusion which compound was given to you. Then experiment number 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I will just 18, 19, 20 and 21. Again these are around 8 experiments. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so these are around 6 or 8. Just wait. Again 21 is also included in that, right? So from 14 to 21, these experiments are titled as to perform and report identification test on the given sample of, say for example, aspirin as per Indian Pharmacopoeia. Experiment number 14, it is titled as to perform and report identification test on the given sample of aspirin or acetyl salicylic acid as per Indian Pharmacopoeia. Now two things are important here. The name of drug is known to you, that it is a aspirin or it is a acetyl salicylic acid. And second instruction is you have to perform the tests which are given in Indian Pharmacopoeia. So what you will do, you will open the Indian Pharmacopoeia, whichever is there, 1995 or onward pharmacopoeia, which pharmacopoeia you have to use, it is also mentioned in your manual. So you will open that monograph of acetyl salicylic acid or aspirin, and you will just read out one by one the properties, whether it is physical or chemical, and you will perform those properties, or you will cross check those properties on your compound and compare the results with the standard results which are mentioned in your Indian Pharmacopoeia, and come to an conclusion at the end that whether the given compound is aspirin or acetyl salicylic acid of IP standard or not. Then experiment number 22, 23, 24, 25 and 26, 5 experiments. These experiments are titled as to synthesize a particular compound and find out its percent practical yield and melting point. Say for example, the experiment number 22, it is titled as to synthesize acetanilide from aniline and to find out its percent practical yield and melting point. Now in these practicals, what you are doing, you are carrying out a certain set of chemical reactions by taking 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5 chemicals depending on the type of compound to be synthesized. Though this synthesis or this preparation may take place in 1 step, or it is 2 step, 3 step, 4 step preparation. So at the end of the experiment, you will get a new compound. You have to, in this practical, the objective is to find out the percent practical yield. That means how much actual compound you have got. Find out that yield in percent. If suppose I am using 100 gram of reactant, how much I will get, or I have got. That is practically how much yield I have got, and then identify that compound by finding out its melting point. Now last 2 experiments, they are based on preparation of a report. What you have to do is you have to prepare a report of that experiment on computer and submit a hard copy to us. Now the objective behind this is that you must learn the basic computer use and how to prepare a report systematically. So experiment number 27 is to visit chemical or analytical laboratory and write report of it. That means your industrial use visit or your laboratory visit to any particular laboratory, that you have to put it in a report form, that what you have seen in that industry, what is the name of industry, how many directors are there, what is the management structure, what are the various departments of that industry or that laboratory, which instruments were there, which equipments were there, what is the standard procedure the workers are following, what are the safety measures of these workers, how quality is maintained, how quality is tested, how products are packed, how they are labeled, everything from start to end. Whatever you have observed during your visit, that you have to report systematically in a computer report format. And the last experiment is to prepare and submit computerized report of any experiment from systematic qualitative analysis part. Whatever you have performed during your organic compound identification, those observations of any given experiment you have to report in short. That is your experiment number 28.